Thank you. Okay, let's talk about concrete. Did you know that concrete is actually the second most used material on Earth after water? In order to avoid a climate catastrophe, we need to strongly cut emissions. And the built environment is actually the largest emitter out there. Built environment is everything where we live, where we work, how we get from A to B. And the consumption of concrete is actually expected to double over the next 40 years. So just imagine the amount. This is another New York City every month between today and 2060. If we want to reach our climate targets by 2050, we not only need to strongly cut emissions, we also need to remove carbon from the atmosphere. So I think it becomes clear the pressure on the construction industry is mounting, but there are no scalable, affordable, and easy to integrate solutions out there yet. This is why we have developed EcoLog Materials. EcoLog Materials does both carbon removal and emission reductions. The main ingredient in EcoLog Materials is biocarbon. Biocarbon is derived from waste biomass. It is a carbon negative material, and we further refine and process it, and then have a powder which replaces a portion of the cement in concrete. So in our trials currently, we replace roughly 10% of cement, and that leads to a 35 CO2 reduction. We are planning to get to 50% by the end of the year and want to ultimately reach 100%. We have a scalable and profitable business model which is focused around this EcoLog Materials, but we also have additional revenue streams, for example, carbon removal credits. We do have a quite flexible model when it comes to the operating model. We can either be very lean and just focus on the material development, or we can vertically integrate ourselves and also produce the biocarbon. This allows us to enter the huge and growing markets of both cement and cementitious materials. Our vision is to have 0.5 gigaton of CO2 impact every year once we have scaled, and we want to help turn the built environment in one of the largest carbon sinks out there. Just think of those 480 New York cities that are about to come. In terms of the competition, you already heard it's a huge market and we need solutions. We are actually glad to see additional decarbonization technologies for concrete. And the great thing is that our material is highly complementary to a lot of these technologies out there. So we can see them as partners rather than competitors a lot of the time. We have already gained good traction when it comes to the product development. Typically, people think of the construction industry as not really fast and adaptive, but we actually found a lot of great partners and get a lot of interest when it comes to joint product development, go-to-market, pilot projects. Our milestones for the next couple of months are to move from the lab trials to the real-world trials. And we want to start certify our first product by the end of the year. Here you can see the current team. These are my two co-founders. We are quite complementary with different set of backgrounds. And I'm super excited to have just hired our first employee, Naseshe. She will join in a week, and she has a great profile. She has worked in cementitious materials for 10 years and comes with an amazing network. We are actually about to close our seed funding round. We are oversubscribed, and we might go a little bit higher than the 1.5 million that you see here. But definitely really excited to talk to everyone, either about future fundraising or partnerships if you have any connections in the industry. And obviously, we're also looking to expand our team. So thank you for your attention.
Questions? Hi. Thank you so much for the presentation. Obviously, yeah, this is a big focus, so really nice to see more solutions coming in. Can you elaborate a little on the concrete and, like the first type of clients that you had and so on? Can you elaborate a little bit who are your customers, who are your target customers, and what specific kind of industries?
Yeah. It's a great question, and I need a little bit to answer that, because actually, if you think of the value chain, there are a lot of different decision makers. So the obviously, real estate developer is the one who needs to, in the end, pay for the green premium that comes with it, and they are typically the ones who, decide whether a building project needs to be sustainable or not. So they are definitely an important customer group we need to talk to. But then the actual decision of which materials are being included are made by the general contractor. And the people who need to be willing to work with our material are the concrete manufacturer. So it is a little bit complicated, and we are talking to all the players along this value chain. And we are currently doing basically pilot projects with all of them.
Thank you for your pitch and also for your really ambitious vision. I wish you all the best there. How do you want to keep up? You mentioned that the other competitors are basically partners, but I guess it's also high competitive, and also in the future there will be more players enter the market. Is it possible to get a patent on your solution, and how are you gonna keep up with the others as a small startup?
Yeah, we are certainly working on a patent right now. So it's actually going to be a process patent, so we are not patenting the actual recipe, because this will change based on the different concrete application, whether it's exposed to salt water, whether it's load-bearing, etc. So we decided to rather have a patent on the platform and everything around it, so we can still be speedy and flexible. But yes, we will be also looking for partners when it comes to scale up.
And that's all the time we have for questions. Thank you.
Thank you.